Welcome to another episode of Supersize. We comedians in cars, spilling condiments. I am your host, Brian Danley, coming to you from Portland, Oregon, North Portland to be a little bit more detailed. I welcome the handsome
Oh,
Kyle Adams.
oh, thank you.
Hi.
Thank you so much. Everyone involved with this podcast is very handsome. Just want to say that.
This is a very
Yeah,
handsome, very handsome set.
coming from Southeast Portland here over by the Ross Island Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we're located right now, waiting to see if we are getting up at Helium. So that'll be fun. Nail biting. Well, we won't have to bite our nails because we have this cake to bite. So that'll be nice.
Right, totally.
And then if we don't get up, we have this cake to eat. So either way, it's a win-win.
one way or another, you've won the night. You know what I mean?
We'll find dopamine somewhere.
Right. To our non-comedian viewers, whom I know there's a few, Helium is our local comedy club, and every Tuesday they have a open mic that has been in hiatus since the beginning of the pandemic, and we I just got it back tonight, and so I am waiting a week because I am going to get stuck this weekend. So I am going to make sure, rather than the story of my life would be to go out 5 days too early and then die of COVID. Like that would just be like Ryan Danley's life story. So Helium has that. It's a big sign up, and they only pick, how many slots is it?
I believe it's like 25 slots, and then people who work there are guaranteed a spot. Is how it works.
Right. So stand-ups. It's the big comedy club in town, and it's a great room to work. And some of our shows are harder than others, and the big comedy clubs can be like a little bit easier. People are there, loose stuff, ready to laugh, and kind of fun. So let that be a reminder to you that when you see stand-up comics, laugh. I'm happy for you guys to do it. We are super lucky this week. We got really one of my favorite people in the whole scene, and actually somebody I've really missed this whole time. We have Jaren George in person.
Oh, sweet words. I miss you too, Ron. I miss you, man.
No, I miss I miss your jokes, man. I do. We did so much. Like I see you a lot, and there's a lot of people's jokes I would miss. You know what I mean? But I've always missed your jokes. When I first started coming around, Dylan Jenkins and I were friends beforehand, and he helped me out, and Posse. We all worked together, so I knew those guys. But Jaren was really the first person to stick his hand out to me, and I had a Yankee cap on, and we're both from the East Coast, and so we both kind of shot the shit on that. And he was really one of the first persons to say hey, and that's a big deal, because there's a lot of days you walk up to an open mic, and especially when you're first starting to do it, and you're like, why am I doing this? What am I doing here? And I don't know any of these people. I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna say stupid shit, nobody's gonna laugh, I'm figuring it all out. And then you have people who stick their hands on stuff like that, and it's really welcoming. So I very much.
I'm yeah, me too. I'm I'm feeling that way too. Yeah. Hey, I'm Jared.
Hey, what's up? This is terrible. But no, it was so I appreciate it, but it's been a long year without everybody's jokes and stuff like that. And I think that I think that we all kind of we wanted to look at it as a first world problem. Okay, we're just losing comedy and whatever, people are dying and blah blah blah. But I think there's also a reality, we got the rug pulled out from underneath us. You know what I mean? We lost that community. We lost the people that we're with all the time. We lost, we lost our art. We lost things that we work for. And I'm really excited to be seeing this come around, and to have such great people on the show.
Yeah. Like I said, with everything that's happening, it just makes you want to, just you have the time to write and stuff. There was a couple times I set my room up as a virtual open mic, all right. I set the animals in the back, you have the comic talking and stuff like that. and like looking at the corner of the eye, like, yeah, they better not be laughing at my bombs. I've been talking. You know, you're just like, I love that the multitasking. Oh, it's back.
Like, Garfield, shh, Garfield. You've been talking through my whole set.
Like, you're the side eye. If only it was Monday, huh? Like, you know?
So you've been working and all that stuff. You kept pretty busy through this whole pandemic.
Yeah, I've been working from home. Fortunate that I got this job. I was working at a warehouse and they furloughed us, and then they forced us back in, and then like I got like allergies and stuff. So I was just like, I need to change. And I got this job after doing like 4 or 5 interviews, and I just wanted to get back and do like IT work and stuff. And I got the job, and goddamn, it's pretty good. It's pretty sweet. Just working on computers, you know.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You started back to work, Kyle. You've
Oh yeah. So I started back after the snow. So like right after snowpocalypse happened. And it's been insane. Like last Saturday I sold the most I've ever sold at any restaurant. I sold $3,000 worth of stuff, and I walked with almost $500 in tips. It was insanity.
Damn.
It was absolutely insane. So I've been trying to pay it forward every time I go to open mics and just tipping real fat and stuff, because I know that server comes back. So, you know.
I mean, can I borrow $500?
Talk to me in just a little bit.
I'm good for it.
I gotta plan some traveling stuff. That's basically what I'm doing.
Oh, you don't got
I got a little unemployment saved up. I'm probably gonna take a trip to New York. I'm going back to Florida for a little bit to surprise once I'm vaccinated, to surprise my niece, who it'll be her 8th birthday. We're going to Harry Potter World. So
cool, very cool.
Yeah, I got some big plans coming up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I want to when things start opening up back there. I'm excited. And I work with a New York comedian who used to be a Portland comedian, or Northwest comedian, anyways.
Jonas, right?
Yeah, Jonas on my another one of my podcasts, and I'm really excited to get back there, and you know, like I want to go back and kind of hang out in the city a little bit and stuff like that, and also like try to hit some New York stuff. You know what I mean? Go big time for a little while. You know?
Yeah.
And,
That's what I'm gonna be doing pretty soon. Yeah, I'm gonna take that trip. I mean, I'm gonna help my mom out. That's the most important thing. But like, yeah, New York. I mean, I miss it, but like, I don't think I can like live there. So like, I could take like a couple of days. I was just like, all right, New York, fuck you. I gotta go. Too many people in my way, like, you know. So
I mean people hate on Portland a lot, but like people forget how easy it is to live here still. You know what I mean? Like it's still like one of the easiest places to live. It's like it's like it's really pretty chill. It's not like a headache all the time. Like I feel like it's like New York. It's like it's just so much. Like you go to California or Florida, it's just so much. You know what I mean? And like you come to Portland, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. This is a pretty easy living town, really.
I got some space.
It's like everyone's hit the snooze button in Portland. It's kind of nice.
Exactly. It is really like I know we hate Portlandia, but it is really like Gen X's mecca here. You know what I mean? Like it's like we really like as Gen X really like took this place and was like, we're just gonna create like fucking
Yeah, Portland's slogan shouldn't be "keep it weird." It should just be whatever.
Like, right. Well, I'm excited to. This is our first dessert.
Ooh.
Yeah, this was chosen especially by Kyle for Jaren. As a cake guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is important to me. Just to let you know, yeah, cake has been important in my life ever since I was a kid. There's a whole backstory. Not to go into too much. Cake for me is like my comfort food. It was something, especially when I was a kid, knowing that like, I guess it was like probably like the last time I ever saw like my dad like when I was growing up. So like, one thing that always comforted me was like cake. Like I didn't care who was at my birthday party. I'm the first one to get my slices of cake. It's how many slices I want. No, you laugh, but it got so bad that the cake that I would blow out the candles, like that would be my cake, but there's a second cake for everyone else.
Oh, that's great.
Because it was that bad, where like I would throw a tantrum and stuff like that.
So it's like a wedding. So you had, because they have like the bride's cake and the groom's cake. They have Jaren's cake.
Yeah, and my relatives, my mom realized like it's no use like telling me, because they tried that. They're just like, you need to share. Like well, he has no. His dad is not sure. So let's get our second cake. So yeah.
I stick the cake right in the dad hole. Right where there's the hole that he left, that's where the cake goes, and that's how big it is. Yeah, right. Fuck yeah, I get it. Yeah. That's a good. Well, then that makes me really happy that we're doing cake. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good call, Kyle, because like that makes this extra special. And for this cake, we went to Jack in the Box.
Okay.
So I foresee Jack in the Box having a lot of different entries onto this program, because pretty much everything they do is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of their program. Like, and like I looked at half the menu and I was like, God, we could do that on this program. We could do that. I mean, like they have like the loaded fries, which come in like the Chinese food to go container. You know what I mean? And like you just like, which is essentially like a paper trough.
Yeah,
You know
it can be. It's basically a feed bag.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like that's like the drunkiest food ever. They're like, we're just gonna put fries and a bunch of cheese and fucking like bacon in these, and like you guys just have at it. You know what I mean? So, this is the chocolate overload cake by Jack in the Box. Ooh, yeah, you got better light than I do. Ooh, you guys have natural light. Ooh. How's it looking?
I showed the naked cake. It's got a cover.
Yeah, mine is naked too. I took off this linear is authentic.
How's it smell? Yeah, it smells pretty good.
Yeah, I was smelling it earlier. My hole, my hole is right through, which is good.
Yeah.
It's a complete
How's
hole.
everyone's holes?
Yeah, my hole looks good.
My hole's good. Yeah, the hole is.
Ryan, can you?
There's your
Thank
hole.
you. That's a good position.
There it is. I can see you through it. Yeah.
I can put my tongue in it too.
Yeah.
Like I did it.
Are we putting tongues in holes? Okay, everyone put your.
It's a bit cold, but that's fine.
That's good chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
That's good chocolate sauce on it.
I got in there, yeah.
No, you did. You went that extra effort.
I have chocolate on my beard now.
Yeah. If you get your tongue more inside the hole, you can taste like the chocolate on the walls of the hole too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's enough hole talk.
That becomes a whole different program.
Rimming the cakes before we eat it. There's a little foreplay involved with this cake.
Okay.
This is surprisingly moist.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. It just bounces in your mouth. It's like a flavor.
Yeah, this is actually pretty decent cake. I mean, like it's not like some great cake, but it's like I was a little not concerned, but like I wondered when I bought it if it was going to be kind of like ding dong ish. You know what I mean? Like kind of like a cheap like foam cake, and it's not. It's like cake.
I thought it was like the same mixture, like those ones. They have these packet ones, and I'm gonna be honest, like I'm still skeptical to eat them because I can't believe that you could just pour this packet, microwave a coffee mug, and then boom, there's cake.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta like mix it, like make like.
Yeah.
I'm a little skeptical about that. There's some asbestos in that cake.
Yeah, so I thought like that's what they did with this cake, and they just like molded it and stuff, but it doesn't taste like that at all.
No, it tastes like cake.
That's right.
It's called chocolate overload because it is, if you can't see, it is chocolate, like a little mini chocolate bundt cake, as per the whole, with chocolate sauce on top of it. It's like, they were like, you know what, fuck y'all, you're going more chocolate, you know? I mean.
But I thought there's going to be filling, you know what I mean? Like, I thought, I thought it was like a donut kind of thing. So it was like overload, like, oh, we're going to get like some burst of chocolate inside of it. Like it was just like bursting our mouth, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Like I actually kind of thought that too, that it was like some sort of like lava cake. It is not.
I don't know how much that it's like overload as much as like just a menage a trois of chocolate. Like it's like 3 types of chocolate.
Right. I think if it had a filling like Jaren was saying, or if it had like shredded chocolate, like chocolate things on top, or like white chocolate maybe, or
Mhm.
but otherwise it's just like it's just chocolate. It's not just chocolate cake because chocolate
I
cake.
think I think in like some employee was was trying to make regular cake and they put too much chocolate and the manager was like, "Whoa, what the fuck you doing, Joseph? That's too much chocolate. You're like overloading in chocolate." And then like I don't know, like
Overload.
yeah,
Oh,
like, because they had a dessert menu. Yeah.
but Kyle Adams is a prop comic now. Like,
Oh yeah, only with my car for Zoom mics and shows and podcasts.
you're like the carrot top of Portland.
I like you guys like finished it. I kind of savored it a little bit. I'm almost done. No worries. But
Oh, I'm on. This is my cheat day. I was like shaking as I was eating this. I haven't had anything like this in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I do this thing with my tongue. Like when I'm eating, I'm just like savoring it and stuff. It's just like,
No, good.
It's going.
I thoroughly I'm not always a dessert person, so I kind of don't don't fuck with like a lot of fast food desserts, but like.
So are you more savory guy?
Oh yeah, like I like ribs, you know what I mean, and like I don't know, that's got sweet, like it's covered in sugar, like a honey baked ham, you know what I mean, like but yeah, mostly like like if I go to a fast food place, I'm gonna like kill my calories on like an extra chicken nuggets or something like a little like appetizer sandwich or something. You know what I mean? Like I get like the quarter pounder with cheese and the fries is my meal, but the McChicken's my appetizer. You know what I mean? But I do like I don't know if they have them anymore, but I don't think that they have the cherry. But growing up, they always had like the cherry and apple pies at McDonald's. That kind of looked like an egg roll. You know what I mean? And they came in that little sleeve. Do you remember those? Or
Wait, what?
At McDonald's?
Oh,
at
McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah, they used to have the pies. Did you guys ever eat the pies? They're like a little deep fried pie.
I think so. I remember the coconut custard pie. That was a special edition, and it was in Orlando, Florida. I remember having it, and my mom, I had to stop my mom. Like, she's been going get those like every time because there was a McDonald's next to the hotel.
Yeah.
And like since she doesn't have a car, and if we're like late and it's not like no one can go in the restaurant, she'll wait in the drive-thru just to get those coconut custard pie. And they're pretty good though.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I remember the turnovers from Arby's that we used to make. Those were good.
Yeah, that does sound good. I don't think I've had one, but that actually, like, there's something about like a cheap turnover, like the old like Pepperidge Farm frozen ones, like the triangles that you like roasted up. That's
Yeah,
just,
it was like it was like a little dessert croissant. The only thing that was bad about it, it was like a fly nest. It was like the thing about the Arby's flies is they were like well fed, so they were easy to swat because they couldn't move very fast. They weren't as agile as a regular housefly. They were Arby's flies.
So Arby's flies are like the Americans of flies. Like flies other places are like, those assholes over at Arby's just eating well tonight while we starve out here.
Are you talking about those flies that like they're a little bit bigger and like they fly like you could hear them and like they're like it's like kind of like slower, like not like the fast agile flies, like they're just like where's the food? Like I can hear them like just saying that. Oh man.
I gotta fly all the way over to the fryer.
What? Yesterday they left a sandwich on the counter. You know what I mean? But McDonald's has the McFlurry, and like I will always be curious of whose decision was like, hey, we're gonna make the stir the spoon. Like what a weird choice in like because like I like McFlurries, but like the spoon is what stirs it. That's why it looks so weird. That's why it's like when you first get it, you think like the spoon is like a straw or something. It's not.
Okay.
It's literally like hooks to the machine and stirs it, and then they give it to you. Like that's
That's
the
really
mix.
weird.
Yeah, it's like the mixer thing. I just don't know who at the McDonald's Corporation was like, this is a great idea. But it breaks all the time, but I hear it's not always broken, that they just say it's broken.
It's the one, yeah,
Yeah, because it's a big fan. Yeah.
I've seen the memes of that. It's like this is like getting ice cream at McDonald's. It's like a miracle or something. Like,
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Blizzards, you guys like blizzards?
I love blizzards.
Yeah.
I love, and I also love the fact that the first time someone served me one, they turned it upside down and it fell all the way down. They didn't mix it right. It was so fucking funny, and I felt so bad for them, but I was laughing really hard.
And they got fired, right?
Oh, you get fired, yeah. You get,
Yeah.
and they cut your you do not get Dairy Queen severance package after that. You get even if you have 20 years of service for Dairy Queen, they're
Oh,
like
man.
you fucked up the blizzard. That's the one thing. You can fuck up anything else but the blizzard.
The Blizzard program is.
That's so funny. Like, once you were just there, and like he's handing you the cup, and you're just like, "What are you doing? I need put it upside down for me, please." And he was like, "Oh, what?" You're like, "Put it upside down." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, sure." And he's like, "Putting it sideways." No, tip 180 degrees. Like,
Commit.
oh,
What's great about it falling out the first time is that now for the rest of your life, like you know that it could fall out, so it makes it way more exciting. Like the first time I ever played a claw machine, the first time I ever put a quarter in a claw machine, I got something. So I was like, oh my god, this is so easy. And like, you know, like I've like randomly gotten like probably 2 other things in the rest of my life, but in my brain, it's burnt in there that like you can win shit on the claw machine. It was like the first, you know, the drug dealer giving you the first shit free. You know what I mean? Like, and then you're like,
so funny. You get this stuffed animal for here, but the rest you're gonna have to pay for them.
I don't trust those because, like, you got to go to the right places for the claw machine. You got to go to this. I'm talking about like maybe like a family-owned laundromat who just has that like in a corner because they care for their customers to get a prize, you know? So they tighten the claw so it's just like easy, you know, it just grabs. You go to other places like fucking Dave and Buster's, the claw's like this. It's like, oh, it's slapped. Sorry, you know. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, the claw has no confidence.
You're not giving me an ankle. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
I just don't even think it's a claw at that point.
Yeah. I won one time. I was in a mall in Ohio, and it was one of those, I can't remember, I think it was Cincinnati, where they have like a Ferris wheel, and it was just like a carnival mall thing. And there was a claw machine, and I got a Wacko doll from Animaniacs. But the only reason I got him is I hooked the claw into his butt, and it ripped the cheap material. And I pulled him up by his butthole that I created. And then he was just leaking beans the whole time. So by the time I got him home, he was just an empty like sock.
I wish you had video of that.
Oh man. I will tell you this though, if you guys really want to get your claw machine on, Winco has those little personalized like rubber duckies, or not personalized, but they're rubber duckies with different personalities.
Right.
Is what it is. They have like a punk rock rubber ducky. They got this, they got that. But it's $1 and you're guaranteed to win. So you can keep playing until you win, and it's actually pretty easy to win.
I kind of feel like that's like a little bit like I would probably be excited like the first 2 and be like, oh cool, and then by then I'd be like, you know what, I want it to like, I actually kind of want it to be hard. You know what I mean? Like because then like what's there's like I need any excitement I can in my life. You know what I mean? Like I need to like be like, you know, I need like I don't know, maybe like tell me it's really impossible. Like be like, oh man, I worked on the thing for like an hour, and then put me on it, and you'll be like, oh my god, and like maybe like hire some actors. So that's actually a good idea for like depression. Like get your friends that are depressed and be like, yeah, come try this claw machine, and then like pretend like they're just fucking killing it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh man. Oh, I gotta practice the claw machine. No, we didn't go back into it. We gotta practice that now.
Yeah, there's tricks. There's tips and tricks.
Mhm.
What do you guys think you're gonna do? New jokes or old jokes tonight?
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna work on. They're newer since I've come back, but they're not the newest ones I'm working on. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna do the newest ones I know will hit well that I've practiced at shows so far.
Right.
So that's what I'm gonna do because that's gonna be the best way for me to have fun, I think.
Yeah.
And that's what's most important to me at this point.
Sure.
So it's the hybrid that I go with, especially with helium. I do the hybrid of like, the new. I like to open, like have fun, like opening really like fun, get people's attention and stuff. In the middle, I'll have something like I'm opening like new, and just like ramble a bit, and just finish off something strong. Really, I think.
Nice. Yeah, sandwich the new ideas in there.
Yeah,
that's the best way to do it.
Yeah. I hate going, I don't know why, but I just don't like going up there just like, all right, go into it. Like, I like to, like get everyone going, or just like, all right, attention on the black man on stage, like, like, because my time.
I feel like it just would be hard for me a little bit because like I might like because I haven't really been doing. I've done Zoom comedy, which only halfway counts, or maybe quarter, eighth counts as doing stand up. But I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like if I got up at a helium, I might just try to go for. Oh boy, the old the tried and true, just to spit them out of my mouth and get people to laugh at them again. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like just to,
yeah, you'll be surprised, man. Like, once we like got back into it, like I was just like, yeah, I missed it. Yeah, but like it just fell back in wheels of motion, really. But you're gonna be drooling afterwards. You're just like, oh, you're gonna get more.
Yeah.
Like all that. So yeah.
That's been the hard thing is like either when in both scenarios, because obviously we're all addicted to it. When it goes well, you're like, fuck, there's no more mics tonight. And then when it goes bad, you're like, fuck, I want to redeem myself. There's no more mics tonight. Because there's only like one. And it was really tough when it was just the parking lot mic that was going for a while, because then it was like, oh, if you bomb at this, you got to wait till next week to, and it's like, and that one was that one almost is more of a disconnect for me than the Zoom sometimes, but it is fun. Yeah. It's kind of how I start my week. I start my new stuff at the parking lot mic is what I've been doing.
And so what so it's people in their cars and then they honk? Is that what they do?
Yeah, they honk. No, they flash their lights at you, either or.
Yeah.
And it's weird. I've had a lot of fun doing it, and it's also been really weird doing it sometimes.
Yeah.
And then other times I get kind of jumpy. I took mushrooms before I went one time, and I got kind of jumpy when everyone honked at me. I was like, ah!
I think I saw that.
Yeah, I think you remember that. You were definitely there that night.
Yeah. It's funny when people like even make a joke like on the top of their set, they would just like mention something about how ridiculous what we're doing, like the drive-through. I think I said one thing where I was just like, "Hey, I'm happy everyone's here. Remember to stay here. We're still going to be filming Fast and the Furious sequel, so please make sure where you hit close. Don't forget that."
It did look like a meetup before a heist or something. Or no, I had one where I was like, okay, be honest. How many of you came here just to make out?
Everybody who has their dream of making out while Kyle Adams is on stage, you are. Here's your moment.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, it's good times. Well, this has been fun, Jaren. It's been great to see you, man. It's thanks for joining us for our special show that we have here. You got anything coming up? You got anything you want to promote or anything?
Yeah, man. Like, speaking about podcasts, I have a new one, and I would love to have you guys on at some time. We have the IT Podcast, it's called, and it's all about like strictly it's comedy, of course, not just IT calls, but it's like comics are going to be doing like improvised like IT calls. And I would have two guests, so like one is the IT person, one is the customer, but they don't know who the other person they're talking to. That's the trick to it. So we had like the Zoom set up, and I'm just like, turn off your video cameras, turn them off. Well, I'm gonna turn them off for you, and they do, of course. And I gotta tell them to hide your names, and then like they go into it, and it's just so funny because you could hear in their voice like how surprised to hear the other person, and because we're going through the pandemic, a lot of them haven't heard the other person for like a long time.
Sure,
And
sure.
it's great. The energy they give off and bounce off each other, it's great. And it's like 30 minutes call tops. Not like they're talking forever. And then we talk about it afterwards.
I like that.
I like
Yeah.
that.
That's a really smart idea. Like that's really funny.
Yeah, it's a good time. And I'm happy that this is one of those times where like I had a good idea and I smoked weed and I've written it down. This is what happened. It's possible.
That's like one step closer to like world domination. Like if you can do that, you can do anything.
Right, yeah. The last two things, Spec Script on Twitch. We do live readings of writers who hasn't watched a TV show before, and they read an episode of it, and we do like a live reading on Twitch. Spec Script, SPEC Script, SCRIPT. Yeah, we got it. And lastly, Settled on Catan. Playing a nice board game with some comic friends, and we go through adventure. We go through decision making. We go through trust. Things like that.
I like
it's a good time. Yeah. That's also on Twitch.
All right, awesome. I need to check that out sometime. Actually, I like those. I like those. That new kind of that idea of game. Like I played like Forbidden Islands. Like you play with the kids, and it's like it's weird. Like in your mind, you feel like you're trying to like win, but like you're not really trying to win. Like you're trying to get everybody to win, which is like.
Wow.
That's for the Forbidden Island. Like everybody has to win to win. So like you're like playing the game. You're playing against the game. And so so rather than it being like this weird like sort of like capitalist fantasy of like I am now the victor, it's actually like I have to like try to help other people do, you know what I mean? So which is like, just frankly un-American, which is fucking you know what I mean?
Not very patriotic.
Yeah. Oh man. That's funny.
All right, well, wow, you guys look way better now on Jaren's iPhone. Wow, that was
I'm IT baby.
You're like the real deal. Wow, that is like almost like an iPhone commercial. Like, watch it on Kyle's. Like, what do you got, Kyle? What kind of phone is it?
I've got it's okay. So it's a Galaxy, but it's a Galaxy Sky J3. It's not even a real Galaxy. I think they just made it up, and they took they 3D printed the frame.
Yeah,
they were like, just call it a Galaxy, man. Phone. People will buy it.
The real name is Solar System.
Solar System. Yeah, I got a Samsung Solar System.
So we can start over again with presentation. Where were you at, Jaren, on presentation?
Oh yeah, presentation. Let me tell you about the presentation I give for this the cake. The dome plastic. The only thing that concerns me, I just hope it's like recyclable or so. Like that's my only concern. No, it's not. I don't think so. But I can see myself reusing it. Maybe to store more cake in, huh?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Kyle.
Yeah, I would say a solid 4 for me. I really like the plastic. So when I was a kid, I used to sneak dessert, and it would always come in a plastic like that, so it would be like real loud. So I had to like strategically open it so no one in the house would hear me sneaking it, and it brought back some of those nostalgia memories of me like standing on a chair and getting to dessert on top of the refrigerator. And
for sure, it is actually now that you say it, it is like the cake container, like the old school like plastic covered cake. It's just upside down. But it's got the ridges on it, like an old school like bundt cake that you would buy. Yeah.
I see what they try to do. Okay.
Yeah, that Jack in Box.
I missed that.
School. Throwback. You know what I mean? Like flavor wise.
I would say the flavor is really good on this one. I would give it a 4. I would give it a 4.5. It's not quite a 5, but it is definitely up there. Like this is a really interesting dessert item, especially for a fast food restaurant.
Sure.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, the flavor for me, yeah. I would give it a 4. Definitely. I mean, I have my share of chocolate. My favorite is like German chocolate and stuff. I love
Mhm.
the place. Sometimes they add like coconut, or sometimes they add like some hazelnut kind of flavor to it. I wish there's more options of that, but I understand, like, it's an item. You gotta give it to the people. Gotta give it to them fast
Right.
and stuff. But like the chocolate, the drizzle on there, that like overloaded inside the hole and outside the hole. It was like it gets inside the moist parts of the cake, which was
Mhm.
great. So when you bite down to it, you just get that little ooze, and I was like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
all right.
All right.
So yeah,
Yeah, I
I
like
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like the chocolate sauce sort of like it was a
Mm.
good cake on its own, but the chocolate sauce, you're right. Like you're like, oh, yeah, this is like a little it's like delectable. Like
Mhm.
where they meet would be the word I would use. You know what I mean? Like it was like,
Mm.
yeah. So
It was on each bite. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it was evenly distributed. It was
yeah.
nice.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I mean, I could almost go a 5 with it because like I
Mhm.
kind of feel like it's about as good of a chocolate cake as you're gonna get at a fast food restaurant.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, like I think like if I compare it to like outside of fast food restaurants, it's gonna be, of course, um, like there's just a different standard. You know what I mean? But like for
Mm.
fast food dessert, like I was talking about earlier, comparatively to like McFlurries or apple pies or any other fast food dessert, I mean it's pretty up there. Like I mean, like
Mhm.
I would consider ordering it again. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a 5. You know what? Jack in
Yeah.
the Box, you get a 5 on that. Um,
Yeah,
Mouthfeel.
that Jack.
Mouthfeel? Oh, the mouthfeel, I would go a solid 5 on this one because
Yeah,
this is
agreed.
like it's so much more moist than I was anticipating. I was thinking it was going to be kind of dry or
Mhm.
it would just have a little bit of dryness to it, but every single bite was as moist as the bite before it, and it was I devoured that thing. Like it was great.
Oh my God. Like what Kyle says, but also you remember how I was taking my time eating it and
Mhm.
stuff, like my tongue was just dancing with it, like like tangoing with it and stuff like that. It's just like, oh, like like all the insides of my mouth was just like, come on, we want our turn with it. And just like, all right, guys, all right, we'll make we'll make the tour around, and then down the hatch, yeah, and it was great, man. It was just it was just bite into like heaven every time, and yeah, I would give it a 5
Yeah, I give it a 5
from
too.
that. Really surprised, yeah, it was really surprising, and I think I did the same thing about the flavor, but it's also with the the sponginess. I thought it was gonna be stale and a little bit hard. That's
Mhm.
why I mean, with the fast food, they gotta have it stored and stuff, but
Sure.
Mhm.
it was good.
No, they pulled it off, and I mean, like for me, it was like part of it's like my expectation on it was to be like kind of like spongy, like kind of like it's actually pretty
Oh.
impressive that they got it to you fresh and having it
Mhm.
not be like a ding dong. You know what I mean? Because it's not like a ding dong at all. You know what I mean?
Right,
Which
right.
is which is like barely a food item, and that's why it's always so moist and fresh. It's because ding dongs are they got crap in it. But this like just maybe that's not crap in it. But this tastes like cake. It tastes like somebody like basic cake. And I'm like, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Risk factor, I can go like a 0 on. I mean, it's no different than any other amount of chocolate cake for me. You know what I mean? Like that I would
Right,
Mhm.
right.
like if you can crush some chocolate cake, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't get sick off of this any faster than I would any other chocolate cake. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I would say 0 as well. This one, I mean, the only risk would be, you know, the risk you'd get from eating too much sugar in general if you ate a
Sure.
bunch of these. Like, but so I mean, it's all about like I guess with moderation, cake in moderation. There's no risk involved if you eat this cake in moderation.
um, hey, I hear y'all, and I know, like, I'm gonna have to like give it a like just a 1,
Yeah.
bump it up a bit.
Okay.
The reason is because I had some past experience like ordering dessert like from fast food, and it's like for me, and I'm serving it from hearing that both of you have you ordered dessert before from like fast food, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or I guess you said this is the first one that you've done. as what I'm trying to say is like there's some kind of hesitancy like when you order like a fast food dessert, and like not a lot of people do order it, and sometimes like there's like a hesitant like answer from the employee where I'm just like, hey, can I get 2 of those soft baked chocolate chip cookies? And you're just like, oh, the cookies? We still have those? Yeah, okay. You know, like that. I'm just like, yeah, we could, you know, you just say something in the back, like, yeah, just dust it off a little bit. You know, it's fine. Collect a little dust. Don't worry, we can still give it to them. Right? You know, so that's what I get scared of, you know, because you're just like, man, you know, that's not what like, you know, McDonald's or a lot of fast foods, but now they're realizing, hey, let's make dessert happen. I appreciate it.
I can definitely see that. That could be a risk if they're not moving a lot of them, and you're like, you pick. Yeah, they're like, what? Those? I think they've been propping up the prep table. Like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, Jaren, bring it home. The final and most important category: overall grubbiness.
Oh shit. Okay.
What is it? Where you got it?
And I'm trying not to put the decimals in and stuff. But,
You can do it. Yeah, I mean, whatever you want, man.
Hey, yeah, I understand. Man. I understand. Like, oh man, that cake. I tell you, good portion size too. I'm not too full, not too, you know, like as a guy with a small stomach, I tell you, it's hard sometimes. You know, like I'm stuffing it in there, and sometimes, you know,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're trying to be empathetic, but it's hard.
Oh,
I'll move along. Okay.
No, just joking.
No. It's okay. No. We're going nowhere with this. Listen. So like, you know, good portion size, and like, I see what they're trying to do here. I love the effort, and you know what? I thought I was gonna do it, but I'm gonna give it a 4.1.
Yeah,
I like that. All
right, 4.1. The effort, you know, in the future, what we're going, it's innovative. I like it. Let's keep it consistent. All right.
Sure. Kyle.
Yeah, I'd give it a 4. Definitely, I could definitely see myself getting like 2 of those and maybe like a shake, and like just putting them in the shake at some point. I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me now since I'm dieting, but yeah, I mean, Cold Stone it, just shove it in there.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking though. That was the one thing I was thinking having is like, man, I wish I had like a big scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of this. So definitely grubbability. Like if I'm like thinking of other ways I could utilize it in with other food.
The ice cream inside the
right hole. In the hole, yeah. But that's an ice cream hole now.
Yeah. That's creative use of the hole. We've found a lot of good uses for the hole today. So I'm gonna go 4.5. I mean, like it was like, I mean, like I liked it, and I'm not even like we said, like I'm not even like a, you know, like a
dessert guy.
And like I was like, no, this is pretty good. Like I wanted to keep eating it, and like, I mean, you know, I mean, like I was cool when it was done, which is like when the half comes in. You know what I mean? Like I was like, sometimes with grubbing, like I'm like kind of bummed when it's done, you know what I mean, kind of situation. Right. But like this was like good. I don't know, it was good. I'll give it 4.5. I think it's nice. That's a pretty successful shot for the old folks at Jack in the Box. You know what I mean? JIT. You know, they you know, when I was a kid, Jack in the Box went through a hard time. They were like one of the first people that had a like an E. coli outbreak. So like everybody, like it kind of killed them in Colorado, or in Denver area where I grew up, and so they you know, like they so to come out here and be able to eat them back, you know, back to being the powerful company that they are, you know what I mean, like getting us loaded fries and chocolate cake, you know, and monster tacos. I'll fuck with the monster tacos. I'm not afraid.
They do a stoner study, is what, you know, like, and I appreciate that they do that. You know, they let a lot of stoners in, make sure, you know, they get enough weed, and then they just go off on like their best food combinations. I think that's how they make their late night menu. The selections that they do with Jack in the Box, that's their strong suit. Not a lot of these fast food restaurants, you know, a lot of these fast food restaurants are just like, you get what you get. You know, but Jack in the Box is just like, this is all your oyster. What do you like? You know what? I want to give you 15 minutes here to get your selection. You know. Yeah.
They're kind of the Greek diner of fast food places. Like they have like everything. You can get like egg rolls, like at times jalapeno
forgot
poppers,
about that.
mozzarella sticks, like you know.
I think
when
I
you-
saw carbonara on the menu. No, just
but like back east, you know, you go to a Greek diner and there's like 8 pages of menu.
I'll have the
You know what I
lobster.
mean? Yeah, I'll have
Yeah.
exactly. I'll have the lobster jack and
the lobster jack.
I
I'll have the lobster po' boy jack.
can see that happening. Oh my god.
pretty awesome. All right, well, this has been a lot of fun. This has been really great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out, Jaren. I hope you guys both end up on the list. It should be up soon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We
I'll
need
send
that.
I'll send all my energy your way, and
Okay.
I don't know. I'll see you guys soon. We'll see you out there. And one of these times, it'll be all 3 of us in a car doing this on the next.
Hell yeah.
So,
I'm excited for that.
yeah, it's gonna be great. So, thanks for joining us, everybody, for coming out and seeing us. And we'll be back next week with another comedian and another tasty fast food treat. Please throw all your support always behind fast food workers and support who they are and what they do. They're our neighbors and our friends, and they're important. So, thank you very much. Peace.
Peace.